Hello students, welcome to the Pole Science of Class 11 Arts, and today we will proceed with the other three merits or advantages of unicameral legislature. In the previous class we read about the first three merits of unicameral legislature, that were number 1, less expensive, no duplication of work, number 2, and number 3 was progressive legislation. So let us proceed with the fourth merit of unicameral legislature, which is quick legislation. That means it will take less time. So because of the unicameral legislation, there is legislation process. If the second house exists, then it may act as a brake on progressive legislation. That means what? As we know that in unicameral legislation there is only one house present, and whatever the decisions are to be taken, the decisions can be taken within a quick span of time without delaying much. And in that case we can say that if second house is present, then the decision that may be taken in a quick span of time will be actually delayed, because the decision should be passed by both the houses. So in that case we can tell that in case of unicameral legislature there is every possibility that the decisions whatever it is required can be taken in a quick gap of time. The number 5th advantage of unicameral legislature is simple structure. Since there is only one house, unicameral legislation is simple in form and structure. Responsibility in this system can be easily and definitely located. Unicameralism is the best suited to the needs of modern state. So the number 5th advantage is the simple structure of the unicameral legislature, because it has only one house and it is simple to understand. And it is simple to understand the unicameral legislature in the form of both its structure and types. So, and whatever the responsibilities in the system can be easily and definitely located, because whatever the responsibilities are there, it is through the members only, because the members, 100% of the members here are elected directly by the people. So it is rightly said that unicameralism can be stated as the future of modern society. That means unicameralism can also be further more successful than bicameralism if it is implemented in other countries also. After that, the last advantage is checks on despotic tendencies. In unicameral legislature, despotic tendencies of the executive are effectively controlled. That means if we talk about the executives or the members that are elected by the people, all of their despotic tendencies, because suppose say that if they are willing to make some corruption, so that corruption process or the thinking or mindset of that corrupted member or the executive can be effectively controlled, as it has only one house of the parliament and that can be looked after by the other members also. So whatever the despotic tendencies or negative tendencies are there of the member, that can be easily and effectively controlled under unicameral legislature. Clear? So these are the 6 merits related to the unicameral legislature, starting from less expensive, no duplication of work, number 3 progressive legislation, then quick legislation, then simple structure, and last but not the least, checks on despotic tendencies. Now we will move further to the demerits of unicameral legislature. So number 1 disadvantage or demerits of unicameral legislature is it is a hasty legislation. That means unicameral legislation may provide scope for hasty legislation. It may produce hasty, radical, inconsidered and rash legislation. That means every type of members can be elected to that assembly. Some of the members may be hasty also, some may be radical also, some may be considered following his or her background also. So in that way what happened, whatever the legislation will be formed, at the end of the day that legislation could be a hasty legislation in some terms. This is number one disadvantage. Number two disadvantage is that no rethinking. Under this, no provision is made for the second thought in this system. Emotions, impulses and high passions may influence the making of legislation. So as we know that whatever the bill or law is passed, it is passed in only one house of the parliament because of the presence of only one house in unicameral legislature. As a result, what happens? There is no second chance or there is no second thought that a person or a member could give, because if after thorough discussion, suppose if a bill is passed, then it is sure and certain that the bill will pass because it is passed in the house of the parliament, and in case of that, or in case of the presence of only one house, that bill may be considered as passed only. So anyone or any member of that particular legislature cannot give a second thought on that, because and it is rightly said that no rethinking is possible in this type of legislature. You cannot correct your mistakes. After that, legislative dominance. Under this, legislative dominance or despotism is possible particularly when it is under control of single political party having an overwhelming majority. So suppose if you assume that if there is only one house, and in that one house if a party comes with a majority, then that house or a party with majority will be serving like what? A dictator type of government, because it is the single largest political party, and if that party gets majority, then after that that particular party can act like despotism or it can act like a dictator in that case. So we can say that there is a chance of legislative dominance in that particular unicameral legislature. After that, political instability. So due to the absence of moderation and second thought, the government may face the danger of changing frequently because of unpopular legislation. And under the head political instability, why it is written? Because political instability can be related to the fact that government might be changed at a frequent interval of time because of the fact that there is no second thought or no second chance given because of the presence of only one house. And as a result, what will happen? If there is any mistake done by that particular legislature having the members, then the people might not give them the second chance to be elected. So as a result, their government may fall also in some cases. So it can result in what? It can result in political instability. Clear? After that, the last disadvantages of the unicameral legislature is that it has unequal representation. That means in the unicameral legislature, representation is given in proportion to the population, which makes it difficult for the minorities and special interest to get their due say in public offices. So this is one of the most worst thing that is there in the unicameral legislature. That means if the population of a particular country has the majority of people, so that majority of the people is given the representation. That means if suppose a general population of a particular caste or type of people are there, suppose 70%, so that representation will be given to them only. That means most of the representation will be through that population only. So this will make what? This will make all the other minorities or backward classes, those are prevalent in that particular country, suppose majority will get the representation in their legislature, and what about the minorities and backward classes or interest groups? So these minorities like the other backward classes or scheduled caste or scheduled tribes or the traders or workers unions that are present in India, just like that, if these minorities and special interests are not looked after and all their wishes are also what they have to say, what they have the problem, if these problems are not taken care of by the government, then what will happen? All their wishes and all their say, whatever they have to say to the government for their group, that will be left out without any implementation, because of the fact that the proportion of the population which is majority, they are only given the representation, and the others which are minorities or special interest groups are there, they are neglected overall. So in that way, the biggest disadvantage of the unicameral legislature is the fact that it has unequal representation. So with this I will wind up today's topic. So in today's topic we read about the 4th, 5th and 6th advantages of unicameral legislatures, that was quick legislation, then simple structure and checks on despotic tendencies. Then we read about the 5 demerits of unicameral legislature, starting from number 1, hasty legislation. It has no rethinking. Number 2, it has some sort of legislative dominance. Number 4, it has political instability, and last but not the least, it has unequal representation. So I hope that whatever the points we have read today is now clear to you. With that I will wind up today's topic. Thank you.